Let's preview the Giants-Eagles game. It's this is on Monday night, Christmas night. Not Monday night, Christmas afternoon, 4:30. So by the time you should have opened all your gifts, and hopefully you are drowning in eggnog, because I think that's the only way to watch this game is to be submerged in the nog or Christmas beers, heavy Christmas beers. It's at the link. Eagles are favored by 10.5 goddamn points, and the over-under is 43.5. I want to say take the under. If it is the over, it's the Eagles are putting a whooping on us. But if it's close, I think that it's the under. So it's like, man up. Giants defense, man up. Giants offense, survive. That's all you need to do is survive. Tommy DeVito has finally surpassed Daniel Jones as a 2023 passing leader with 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, obviously the Eagles' leader in passing, 3,300 yards, 19 touchdowns. A.J. Brown has more than 1,300 yards on 95 catches, 7 tutties. And DeAndre Swift is their rushing leader with almost 900 yards on less than 200 carries, 4 touchdowns. They're all going to be problems for us. I mean, it's just everyone's going to be a problem. So how you address that, how do you approach that? You 1,000% need to put a spy on Jalen Hurts. Who that is, I don't know. I don't think it's Michael McFadden, but maybe it is. Do you put Bobby Okereke as your spy? Is Isaiah Simmons your spy? I think it's Isaiah Simmons, even though he does have a bum ankle. Yikes. Will Jalen Hurts be healthy by then? I would assume so. Unless I somehow gave him my fucking cough that I had for 2 months. So yeah, spy on Jalen Hurts. You double team AJ Brown, and you make Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith beat you, which they can and they probably will. But I just don't want to see AJ Brown running amok. How do you handle DeAndre Swift in the run game? I don't know. I honestly don't know. This is one of those situations where it's like you're going to need to put a safety up. Is it Dane Belton? Do you put, I think Jason Pinnock is the biggest of our guys. So you put him up towards the line. That means you need Xavier and Dane back. Is Isaiah also on the field in that situation? Do you feel at all confident in having Cordell Flott on the field? What's up with Adoree Jackson? So the defense feels like it's, and it's also tough seeing Julian Love play so well on Monday night. I know that he like the broadcast team was all over him thinking it was pass interference on his pick in the end zone. I do kind of miss Julian Love, don't you? It feels like if we had him this year, can you imagine where we'd be at? He's worth at least a win or two, I think. Call me crazy. And you have, and you will continue to call me crazy. So last 5 matchups, I mean, do we even need to go over this? We haven't won since November 21. And even that was touch and go. But it, 38-7 blowout in the playoffs. 22-16 when they had basically all their starters, or we were sitting our starters. Were they playing their starters? I think they were playing their starters. Yeah, but they were toying with us. 48-22 was that second game from 2022 in December where it was just ugly. And then 34-10 day after Christmas 2021 at Philly. So Philly now leads the all-time series 93-88. Philly is 5-1 at home, 7-5-2 against the spread. They're 7th in points scored per game, 26th in points allowed per game, but they are 23rd in takeaway differential. So if I had to guess how we can win this game, it's forced turnovers, as many as you can. I don't think 3 is going to get it done. You need to have at least 4 turnovers for this to be a contest, for this to be competitive. So do I think Jalen Hurts throws a pick or 2? Maybe. I could see him throwing a pick. Do I see anyone fumbling on Philadelphia. You kind of saw it against the Cowboys. I think Devontae Smith had the ball punched out. I think A.J. Brown might have had the ball punched out. So it's like, let's just fucking throw dukes at these guys. Just absolutely just throw haymakers at the pigskin. And they're 28th in passing yards allowed per game. So here's where I'm at. On the game-winning drive against the Packers, Daboll says to DeVito, let it rip. Rip that son of a bitch. Why didn't he say that against the Saints? And if he did say that, why didn't DeVito do it? And I tweeted this. I would much rather, for the rest of the season, not see DeVito play it safe at all. Let it rip, dude. Let it friggin' rip. Just throw the ball. You've already seen him throw passes that I don't think Daniel Jones would throw. You know, he throws the flea flicker. It's like, I don't know that a lot of people, quarterbacks would throw that, but he threw it and completed it. He throws the ball to Saquon when he's pretty much covered. He throws the ball to XYZ when they're covered. He's throwing the ball when there's not a ton of separation, and I fucking love it. Just throw the ball. Especially if the D-back has his back to you. If the D-back has his back to you, throw the ball. So we're going to have to throw the ball to win, because I don't think we're going to be able to run the ball. They're 8th in rushing yards allowed per game. Or sorry, they're 7th in rushing yards allowed per game. So, and that means to me, it's like, throw the ball to Saquon. Just throw the ball. And none of this like screen, we stink at screens. And the swing passes are, I feel like, a cop out, right? Get him up the field and juking and making moves. And it doesn't have to be that deep. Under 5 yards. Get him the ball on the run, on the fly. He's getting you another 5 yards. This is what I don't understand about Kafka in the game plan. It's like, when I see these stats, just these stats alone, it says to me, okay, we have a chance if we throw the ball. How are we going to win if we throw the ball? Okay, well, Darren Waller, that is a mismatch. Are we going to put him on a fucking snap count, a pitch count again? We probably shouldn't. It's like, dude, it's now or never. Everything's a playoff game. You need to play every friggin' down, and we're gonna force feed you the friggin' ball until they and if they are doubling you, that means someone else is open. Like, literally, the game plan has to be Waller, Barkley, mix in a Wandale, mix in a deep shot to Hyatt, mix in a deep crosser to Slayton. That's it. I mean, and that's where I think a lot of Giants fans are so confused, where it's like, it feels like we have decent speed at the receiver position. It feels like we have guys that can make moves and get open. Wandale, Jalen, Darius. So, like, what's the deal here? And Bart, like, I understand protection doesn't hold up against average to above average defensive fronts. And so you do have to get rid of the ball quickly. Opposing defenses know that. The opposing DCs know that. And they're going to crowd the line of scrimmage, and they're going to jam, and they're going to make it difficult for these speed demons to get up to speed. I get it. That's where Darren Waller comes into play, and that's where Saquon Barkley comes into play. And if the defenses are more focused on them, someone else has to be open. I don't know. We're not going to be able to run the ball. So if Tommy DeVito throws the ball 60 times this game, I'm not batting an eye. Just throw and keep fucking throwing the ball. Keep throwing the ball. Keep throwing the ball. And if you do decide to run the ball, it can't be the bullshit plays that we've been dialing up. It cannot be those. It needs to be something where it's some sort of deception or something. Like this whole, we're just gonna line up and 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They're like, we're not doing that. We can't do that. So that's how we went on the offensive side of the ball. I've said how we went on the defensive side of the ball. How do we stop the run? Yeah. You got to play man. You got to pass blitz, run blitz. I don't think you would find a gripe or an argument from anyone associated with the Giants, fans or otherwise, who would disagree with you blitzing on literally every play. Just sending a different guy or guys every freaking play. What do you have to fucking lose? As far as Eagles injuries go, I mean, who knows Hurts should be 100%, right? I don't think the illness, it doesn't sound like it's going to be too bad. Devils just lost. God damn. So I don't think the Eagles came away from that game with too many injuries. I saw that Devontae Smith went down. He got like whiplash in the shin or the knee. And then A.J. Brown came up limping a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see what the injury report is towards the end of the week, but I assume all those guys are going to play. Who knows? Like maybe Pugh, it was a 1 week thing, it was later on the week that he got hurt or that it started to pop up on the injury report. So maybe it's just like a little minor tweak thing that he wasn't accustomed to. And so that's what threw off his play. I don't know. But no one's giving us a snowball's chance in hell. And I fucking love it, dude. Because it's going to be so sweet when we upset them twice. All right. So that's the Giants Eagles preview.